An essential part to control preventive maintenance is the creation of maintenance plans or routines. Maintenance plans or routines are standard models with information about routine maintenance activities to be performed. Let's select, for example, the maintenance routine or plan for an air compressor. At the bottom, we can see the maintenance plan or routine we have as a model to be applied to the air compressor. Let's widen this area a bit to see the maintenance plan in more detail. A maintenance plan is composed of three basic elements: parts, activities and frequencies. The parts of the equipment. The routine activities to be performed for each part. And the frequency of the activities to be performed. Example, general review of bands and pulleys of the compressor engine. Every 3 months. Let's select the routine maintenance plan we have as standard model for air conditioners. The program shows routine activities for the selected plan. Note that the users structure the maintenance plans for the equipment based on their experience or on the equipment manufacturer recommendation. The MP is a general application program which can be implemented in any company, no matter the type of equipment. To make implementation easier, the MP includes a library with maintenance plans from typical equipment which can normally be found in a company. When using the included libraries, there is significant progress in the implementation process. In this column, the program shows the plan regime, which can be based on dates or readings. In a maintenance plan based on a date regime, the frequency of the activities depends on the time elapsed. Example, every week, every 3 months, every 2 years, etc. In a maintenance plan based on a reading regime, the frequency depends on the equipment use. Example, every 15,000 kilometers, every 5,000 hours, every 10,000 manufactured parts, etc. Let's select the model maintenance plan for a car based on the readings regime. In this plan, the frequency now depends on the kilometers, or kilometers and time combined, whatever occurs first. Example, review. Brakes of the automobile. Every 10,000 kilometers or every 6 months, whatever occurs first. Let's make some changes to the selected plan to show how maintenance plans are edited. In this example, we will also show all the complementary information we can register in a maintenance plan. This is the Edit Plans window. On the top, we have the parts of the equipment. And on the bottom, we have the activities to be performed on each part. These are the tools to edit the parts. And these are the tools to edit the activities. By selecting a part, we can see the activities performed on said part. With this tool, we can add routine maintenance activities to the selected part. We can associate several activities with the same part. In this case, we have 3 activities related to the car's brakes. The MP shows a tree structure to edit the equipment parts, and there is no limit regarding the number of levels. Example, parts, subparts, sub-subparts, etc. Suppose we want to add a subpart to the engine's radiator. We select the part. We type the description of the part we want to add. The part has been added. Example, automobile, engine, radiator, cap. Now let's register an activity for the part we have just added. We type the description of the activity to be performed on the radiator cap. We indicate the frequency in kilometers with which the activity must be performed. We indicate that we want to set a time limit. This may be every 20,000 km or 12 months, whatever occurs first. We can also classify the activity. We can classify by area of expertise. For example, mechanics, electricity, lubrication, etc. When creating the work orders, we can group the activities by area of expertise and issue the work orders separately by area of expertise. We indicate the priority of the activity. When creating the work orders, we can establish filters to first issue, for example, the activities with highest priority. And the duration or time required to perform the activity. The time registered here will be very useful to distribute workloads among the maintenance personnel. As we assign work orders to each worker, the MP indicates in a graph the addition of the time of the activities assigned to each worker, thus helping us to enhance the distribution of jobs. We also indicate whether the activity requires the equipment shutdown and, if any, the days of the shutdown. We can document the activity by indicating the procedure to perform it. We can include notes, images and even attached files. Some routine activities require measurements to be made. For example, measurements of the temperature, thickness, isolation resistance, etc. When the activity implies a measurement, we indicate the minimum and maximum values allowed depending on the case. By reporting in the MP that the activity has been performed, the program will ask the user to type the value of the measurement. The MP will graph those values and will alert when the value is not within the limits. The part and the activity we added already appear in the plan. Review conditions of the automobile engine radiator's cap, every 20,000 kilometers or every 12 months. Note that you do not need to code the activities in the MP. This feature marks a significant operating difference compared to other systems which require coding each activity. Just as we have maintenance plans for equipment, we can also create maintenance plans for locations, such as hotel rooms, bathrooms, gardens, etc. The program shows an example of a routine maintenance plan for gardens. Now, to start with the maintenance planning, we need to associate equipment and locations with their corresponding maintenance plan. Remember that maintenance plans or routines are standard models with information about routine maintenance activities to be performed on the equipment. By associating equipment and locations with their maintenance plans, we tell the system the routine activities to be performed on each of them. In this module, we can see the equipment and locations linked to their maintenance plans. List of equipment and locations. Associated routine maintenance plan. Note that several equipments can be linked to the same maintenance plan, thus avoiding having to create a particular plan for each equipment. In the case of these two cars, both are associated to the same maintenance plan. In practice, we need to have alternatives to a plan in many cases. In the Edit Plan module, we can create copies of a plan, rename and edit the copy to have alternatives to the same plan with no need to capture the whole plan again. Let's select an equipment. Once the equipment is linked to a maintenance plan, on the bottom we can see the routine activities which will govern the routine maintenance of the selected equipment. Once we have associated the equipment and locations with their maintenance plans, the program automatically estimates the dates when the maintenance must be performed based on the last maintenance and on the frequency of the activities to be performed. Let's select an equipment as an example. The MP shows the activities to be performed on the equipment. Date of the last maintenance when each activity was performed, plus the frequency of the performance of each activity. equals the next maintenance date. Example, last maintenance, November 30, 2006, frequency of the activity, 6 months, next maintenance, May 30, 2007. Once the activities are physically performed, we must indicate the MP, the date in which we performed them, so that it reschedules the following dates for the activities to be performed again.